Hello and welcome back to LFC News. In today's video, we have a huge boost ahead of Liverpool's clash with Tottenham Hotspur at the weekend. This could be a huge game changer for Liverpool in what could potentially be a relatively tough game for the Reds. So yeah, a huge boost for Liverpool, which we will dive into in today's video, whilst also going over all the latest Liverpool news from the last 24 hours. But before we do, make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. So let's get into the first story today, and we're going to talk about Joe Gomez. So Joe Gomez obviously hobbled off injured very early on against Brighton, and it wasn't looking good. It looked like he was clenching his hamstring, and obviously Joe Gomez has had issues with his hamstring this year. He obviously went in for surgery in January due to an injury from, I believe it was December last year. And we have an update regarding his injury. So it says here, the hamstring issue deemed not serious, which is really, really positive. Now we will read into this article a bit more. Hopefully it will give us a bit more information on how long we expect to see Joe Gomez out for. Because obviously, as he stepped in, he's been a fairly important player for us. He's played some really good games at right back, been very, very solid indeed. And it'd be a shame to lose him for a extended period of time. And obviously, like mentions Mo Salah here, Mo Salah out for AFCON now. You know, we're being we're struggling a little bit with depth in the squad, definitely. So losing someone like Joe Gomez would not be ideal at this part of the season. Things are starting to pick up for Liverpool as well, so we really need everyone we can get. So a hamstring issue was the cause, and the Athletic have reported that the issue is deemed not as relatively minor, which is very positive. So journalist James Pearce wrote, he's expected to miss the game against Tottenham, but the hamstring injury he picked up against Brighton is not serious. The damage is relatively minor. Liverpool will still make a cautious approach to his recovery, given his history of injuries. So hopefully that cautious approach is just like 1 or 2 games, and we can hopefully see Joe Gomez back in the squad very, very soon. I believe there's also news of Jeremy Frimpong looking like he will be back very, very soon. So we're going to have a bit more depth on that right-hand side, which we're going to need now that Salah is gone. I can imagine Frimpong maybe filling in at right winger, and then Joe Gomez could potentially be our new right back, which I'm very, very happy with. So this is the latest cruel fitness setback for Gomez, who has suffered such an injury-plagued career since joining from Charlton back in 2015, which is so true. You know, when this guy first broke into the first team, we were like, this guy is going to be the future of Liverpool's defence, and it's such a shame that it just hasn't worked out for him because he's such a talented player on his day, and it really is a shame that he cannot play more consistently. It really is a shame, but it is good news that it's not a major injury. I know a lot of us were worried that he would be out for an extended period of time, and that would probably be it for Gomez if that was the case. But fortunately not, and hopefully we can see Gomez back in the squad very, very soon. But let's get into our main story today. So, Dominik Szoboszlai came off injured against Brighton. He picked up a little injury against Brighton. He came off very late in the game. And it was very, very worrying for Liverpool fans. You know, Dominik Szoboszlai has by far been our best player this season. And would this mean that we have lost our talisman for this season if Szoboszlai, if it was as serious as it seemed? But it seems that Dominik Szoboszlai will potentially play against Tottenham, and that is a huge boost for Liverpool. Obviously, the game against Tottenham coming up could potentially be a tough one. Spurs, yes, they're not on the greatest of form, but they can still punish teams. So it's great to have our best player available for this game. But we will read into this quickly now. So, fears that Dominik Szoboszlai picked up a serious injury against Brighton have been dismissed, with the Hungarian hoping to play for Liverpool against Tottenham. Saturday saw Szoboszlai withdrawn in the 83rd minute during Liverpool's 2-0 win over Brighton due to an ankle injury sustained in the second half. And it goes on to say here, thankfully, a scan subsequently allayed fears that it could be facing an extended spell on the sidelines, according to The Athletic. So we know this is pretty much true if it is coming from The Athletic, as we mentioned with the Joe Gomez news. James Pearce again reports Szoboszlai has since responded well to treatment, and the 25-year-old is hoping to be past fit to face Tottenham on Saturday evening. It's a huge boost for Liverpool. We need all the points we can get. And as I mentioned as well with Joe Gomez, with Salah gone now, we really need every player we can get as well. We need everyone to be fit. We need everyone at the top of their game. And if we lost Szoboszlai, that would be devastating for Liverpool going into the remainder of the season. However, it isn't guaranteed that he will be available, with Liverpool to monitor him closely before making a final decision on Friday. So we will find out tomorrow, and when we do, we will most likely report back to you on LFC News. So make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss out on that. If you can't play this weekend, Szoboszlai will definitely be back to play Wolves at Anfield 7 days later on the 27th. So he's getting a nice little bit of time there to fully recover if he is not available against Spurs. This will come as a relief to supporters and Liverpool coaches and stuff alike who have watched Szoboszlai become one of the Reds' most heavily relied upon players. Yeah, something we mentioned there. Szoboszlai really has been amazing for Liverpool, and as I said, he's been a talisman really. Like, he has been the good luck charm for Liverpool. When Szoboszlai's on that pitch, you know we've got nothing to worry about because he's just been that good. And he's just filled in everywhere as well, like even playing right back. Who would have thought we'd see Szoboszlai at right back this season putting in 10 out of 10 performances. This season, only two outfielders have played more minutes for the club and country in Europe's top 5 leagues, Van Dijk and Johan Vasquez. That is insane. I didn't realise he played that much. But it just shows his importance to the club, really. But yeah, that is incredible. And it's no surprise he's picked up a little knock, really, playing that much football. But let me know your thoughts on that news in the comment section below. Thank you very much for watching. Obviously, great news for Liverpool and Dominik Szoboszlai. We'll keep you updated as things come out. But thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.